Hello, thank you for sending me your run video. First thing I'm looking at is the side view, and what came to mind first was the cadence. I counted your steps for that full minute, and you're just under 80 steps. You're about 78 1-foot strikes a minute. Ideally, we want to first get that up to 80, and then we want to target 85 to 90 1-foot strikes a minute for efficiency, injury prevention, and just a little bit faster. Having said that, you should be able to hold an 85 to 91 foot strikes a minute at any speed. Most people get there at first just by running faster, and that's not how I want you to get there. I actually want you to get there with doing a series of running drills, which I'll describe here shortly. I'm also looking at your chin's a little bit high. I think you're watching the TV, so that's probably why. Again, I just want to point out, running on the treadmill isn't ideally how you run outside. You may actually change it based on the terrain, but running on the treadmill gives me a lot better view of what you look like rather than, than running outside. So just be mindful of tucking your chin a little bit, kind of glaring in front of you, but not forward, a little bit more downwards, because that's going to help you lean forward. So it's a little bit more difficult to lean forward when you're on a treadmill, but that's something you want to be aware of when you're running outside. So the next video I'm looking at is the back view. And from the back view, I can see your foot is supinating as you're bringing your heel up. So it doesn't supinate at landing, it actually supinates as you are bringing your heel back. And so you can see kind of your ankle going inwards. I don't know if you can change that. That may just be an anatomical thing, but it's something to be aware of. If you tend to have calf issues, ankle issues, that's probably the reason why. You may want to get a more supportive pair of shoes. Again, I'm not the shoe expert. I don't know, but that's something to get looked at a specific running shoe store, and they can do what's called a gait analysis on you and look at that into more further detail. So again, while you're watching these videos like I am, if you slow them down and you stop and pause them during the various phases of the running stroke, you'll see exactly what I mean. So moving on to the third video, what I'm looking at now is foot strike, because the camera's very low to your foot. You appear to be landing flat foot, which is actually really good. Flat foot is pretty much what's called midfoot strike. So you're not landing too much on your toe. You're not landing on your heel either. That's actually really good. So really, in summary, the things to be mindful of are cadence, getting a quicker foot rate without necessarily having to go faster. I would be mindful of that supination, your heel or your ankle going inwards after landing when you're pulling your heel up. And I'd also be more mindful of pulling your heel up a little bit more towards your bottom and leaning forward. All that kind of goes together. If you change one thing, you're going to change other things. So I'll send you a couple drills to do. Butt kicks, definitely. Butt kick drills are going to help you bring your heel up. They're also going to help with your foot strike as well as leaning forward. So just one drill is going to accomplish three of the things that I want you to be mindful of. I'll have you do some accelerations where you're doing quick, 20 to 30 second bursts where you're just primarily focused on leg speed, less on running speed, but really focused on that leg speed. Downhill running on a very light downhill grade will help you with that leg speed. And a few other things that I will send you in an email. So hopefully this helped. It's kind of a lot, not too confusing, but if you have questions, just shoot me an email. Thanks.